Unmanned aircraft systems, or UAS, are the latest wonder of the aviation world. The United States military has used unmanned aircraft for decades to perform dangerous reconnaissance and attack missions that save soldiers' lives. As the technology proliferates, however, America's adversaries could use UAS to target soldiers, necessitating robust counter-unmanned aircraft systems, or C-UAS defenses, for use anywhere American forces are deployed. Pentagon has invested significant resources to address the challenge posed by medium and large drones as part of its air and missile defense program. It is only beginning to deal with the growing danger of small drones, particularly to military vehicles and dismounted formations. The proliferation of armed unmanned aircraft systems, or UASs, also known as drones, presents a growing threat to maneuvering ground forces, headquarters, logistics, and critical infrastructure. This is particularly true for the explosion in the availability of small, increasingly sophisticated UASs. One prominent Washington think tank described the U.S. military's challenge as a drone-saturated future. More than 30 nations have either fielded armed drones or are developing them. Armed UASs, including suicide drones, have figured prominently in Ukraine, Libya, Syria, and Yemen. They have employed UASs to collect intelligence and attack soft targets. In 2018, defectors from the Venezuelan military attempted to assassinate the country's authoritarian president, Nicolas Maduro, with explosive-laden, Chinese-made, commercially available drones. The Wall Street Journal estimated that by late 2019, there would be more than 30,000 unmanned aerial vehicles worldwide, with more development and global production capabilities growing rapidly. China is the world's leading exporter of military drones. The Chinese drone maker DJI holds 70% of the global market for commercial UASs. Small UASs pose a growing threat to the U.S. military and a complicated problem for national security. While they have limited payloads, this is sufficient to allow them to perform intelligence, reconnaissance, and surveillance missions, conduct electronic warfare, and even carry sufficient explosive power to turn off a vehicle or aircraft. Small drones are difficult to detect, track, and target because they generally fly low and slow and are hard to see and hear. In addition, they are extremely cheap platforms, challenging defense systems to find ways of defeating them without creating an unacceptable cost-exchange ratio. The Department of Defense is finally addressing the unique challenges posed by small UASs. A Joint Counter-Small UAS Office, or JCO, was established in January 2020, with the Army as the executive agent for the Counter-Small UAS, or C-UAS, effort. The JCO's primary goal is to try and create order out of the military services' disparate efforts, and bring order by trying to align counter-unmanned aerial systems, or C-UAS, technology across the military to deliver best-of-breed capability for the joint force. Individual services were assigned unique C-UAS portfolios. The U.S. Army is responsible for fixed/semi-fixed C-UAS systems, and the USMC is for mounted C-UAS. The U.S. Army is currently investing in capabilities to address the large aerial vehicle and missile threat through the Integrated Air and Missile Defense Modernization Program and the Small UAS Challenge under the JCO. Dedicated air and missile defense capabilities, such as the Patriot Air and Missile Defense System and the Initial Maneuver Short-Range Air Defense, or IMSHORAD system, are generally well suited to engaging the larger, higher-flying UASs. When addressing the threat posed by small UASs, the Army currently relies on a hodgepodge of different capabilities, some handheld, others mobile or fixed. About 90% of the U.S. military's counter-drone capabilities are electronic warfare-type systems that use lasers or microwave signal propagation to disrupt the communications link between user and device. In response to CENTCOM's urgent operational needs, The U.S. Army pursued a sophisticated small UAS defeat capability under the Low, Slow, Small UAS Integrated Defeat System, or LIDS program. One capability deployed by the Army in response to this urgent need is the mobile LIDS. The MLIDS is deployed on two military vehicles, one that detects and tracks UAS threats using a combination of sensors, and the other that employs a variety of electronic and kinetic solutions, including a 30mm cannon and the Coyote small killer drone, to either jam the control signals of the small UAS or kill it. Another vehicle-mounted system deployed by the Army, but one that uses only electronic warfare means to counter a small UAS, is called Silent Archer. The JCO has identified a set of existing systems to provide an interim counter-small UAS capability. For the Mobile/Mounted Defense Mission, the JCO selected the Light Marine Air Defense Integrated System, or LMADIS, developed initially for the Marine Corps. LMADIS has already demonstrated its ability to defeat hostile UASs using sophisticated jamming techniques. Deploying dedicated counter-small UAS systems is not the answer in the long term. The Army cannot afford the people or equipment for a dedicated capability to protect tens of thousands of vehicles along with headquarters, bases, and infrastructure. Instead, the military needs a non-dedicated capability to exploit the sensors and effectors already deployed on many military platforms. The Army should integrate counter-UAS technologies into a holistic approach to vehicle protection. It needs to integrate a mission equipment package that contains multi-mission technologies, such as radars that can identify inbound ground missile threats and the presence of UASs, into a network-enabled vehicle protection system. This way, threat information can be shared, improving the unit's situational awareness of ground and air threats. Systems intended to counter drones and protect vehicles against other threats must include kinetic and non-kinetic defeat technologies that minimize collateral damage and address emerging attack profiles such as drone swarms.